Hello, and thank you for joining me. For now, I'm still in New York City, and to honor the fast-paced nature of this town, I want to bring you a few recipes that get you out of the door and heading to the park as quickly as possible. So today we've got marinated olives, crudités, and a silky smooth hummus. Let's get to it. Let's start with the olives. I have a mix of brined Spanish olives, which I've drained before popping into this pot. And I've got a clove of garlic, which I'm just cutting in thick slices. You could even smash the clove if you wanted to. I've got a little bundle of thyme. Other woody herbs would also work just fine. I'm putting in a bit of lemon and orange peel, using my nice peeler so I get just the zest and none of the pith. Speaking of zest, I've got a little crushed chili here, and a bay leaf. Now I just want to cover all of that with a decent quality extra virgin olive oil. On the stove, we want to heat the oil up slightly so that our herbs and spices bloom a bit. We really don't want to cook these olives, so don't walk away from your pan. As soon as we see a few bubbles starting to form, kill the heat and set them aside, preferably in front of a cat cutting board. Once they cool, you can put them into a storage container and refrigerate. The olives need to marinate overnight for the flavors to penetrate, and these will keep almost indefinitely, so don't hesitate to make a big batch when you try this. And that's it! Let's move on to the crudité. A good crudité is always in fashion, and with some attention to detail you can make a simple plate of raw vegetables really pop. Try to always use veggies that are in season. Today we've got radishes, endive, young carrots, and some cucumbers. Give them all a bath in some fresh cold water to get them nice and clean. Starting with the carrots, remove most of the tops but leaving a bit of it for aesthetics. The ones I have are pretty long, so I'm just cutting them in half on the bias to keep our lines nice and sharp. The bottom half of the carrot is thinner overall, so I'm just splitting it down the middle. By the way, while I do love leaving a bit of the stem on, keep an eye out for stubborn dirt near the green. You might need to get in there with your paring knife and clean it up just a touch. Once we've got that good and clean, I just want to quarter that top half lengthwise. For these cucumbers, I'm just slicing them into discs on the bias. Over time, you'll get even faster with the knife. Feel free to experiment with some other cuts. Just kidding. No one really does tournées anymore. For the radishes, I'm just taking the greens off. By the way, I love saving those and treating them like stewing greens. Leaving a bit of that stem on, I'm simply quartering these lengthwise. Moving on to the endive. By trimming just a bit from the base of the endive, it allows us to pull a layer of leaves off. And then we trim another little slice off the base, which allows us to break off a few more leaves. And by the time we get to the cute little center, I will just split that in two lengths. Now some of the outermost leaves are pretty big, so I like to just split those in half so they are a little more elegant. And that does it for our vegetables. They are looking great already. Let's keep those cool in the fridge while we work on the hummus. I've got 2 cans of chickpeas here, or ceci as the Italians call them. I just want to drain those, but I'm saving just a little bit of that magic chickpea water for later. I need a couple cloves of garlic, not purely traditional for hummus, but I'm a big fan. Using a food processor, I want to start by pulsing that garlic, scraping down the sides with a spatula to make sure we don't end up with any big rogue chunks of garlic. Next, we're talking tahini. I'm using a couple tablespoons worth, but if you have a sesame allergy, by all means, you can omit that element. In the same step, I also like to add a good pinch of salt and some lemon juice. This will help us take the harsh edge off of that garlic. Now we go in with our drained chickpeas. You'll notice that without the addition of any liquid, our chickpeas will be struggling to blend. That's where our chickpea water comes into play. A little splash and our chickpeas begin to blend. But don't add too much liquid at once. If you add more than you need, the chickpeas will spin around the blade without actually being blended. Once I get the mix fairly smooth, I like to taste it and season with salt and lemon juice before finishing with the extra virgin olive oil. Beans can take a lot of oil without splitting, so I'm being generous here, around half a cup worth of olive oil. This is also what helps make our hummus nice and silky smooth. Just look how easily our spatula moves through the hummus compared to when we first started blending. So let's get that hummus into a bowl and pack our picnic bag. There is no shortage of beautiful locations for us to picnic, but I think the Belvedere Castle will provide a rather regal backdrop. Let's lay out our tablecloth. I've got a nice big bowl here because remember, we haven't seasoned our vegetables at all, and properly seasoning our vegetables is one of the ways that helps transform them from boring to lively. I'm just hitting them with some salt and a bit of acid, in this case apple cider vinegar, which I love. Give them a toss and a taste, adding a splash more vinegar if you think the flavor is too flat. Now it's plated up. I didn't plan this out at all, I'm just making it up as I go. I decided to fan out the cucumbers, scatter the carrots in a crisscross fashion, put the radishes in the negative space between the carrots, and then doing a sort of turkey tail with the endive. I'm fairly happy with that. Now let's pull out our hummus and finish that with just a splash more of olive oil. Now let's use a slotted spoon to serve some of our marinated olives into a nice ramekin. By the way, these are even better if you warm them up slightly. And of course, don't forget a small vessel for the pits. Now let's take a look at our efforts all put together. We've got our colorful crudité, our silky smooth hummus, our herbaceous olives, and I also brought some bagel chips because, why not? And of course, let's not forget about that view. Fit for a king! Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these simple recipes. It seems that even when I do simple dishes, I still have a lot to ramble about, so I hope you found it at least a little bit informative. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date, comment if you have any questions, and share my videos with your friends who maybe don't go online that much. And until next time, cheers!